Data types. The computer needs to use different types of data in the operation of the system. All of these different types of data will look the same because they all have to be stored as binary numbers. The computer can distinguish one type of data from another by seeing whereabouts in memory it is stored. Numeric data. There are different types of numbers that the computer must be able to recognize. Numbers can be restricted to whole numbers. These are called integers and are stored by the computer as binary numbers using a whole number of bytes. It is usual to use either 2 bytes, called short integers, or 4 bytes, called long integers, the difference being simply that long integers can store larger numbers. Sometimes it is necessary to store negative integers or fractions or, perhaps, some other types of numbers. Boolean data. Sometimes the answer to a question is either yes or no, true or false. There are only 2 options. The computer uses binary data which consists of bits of information that can be either 0 or 1, so it seems reasonable that the answer to such questions can be stored as a single bit with 1 standing for true and 0 standing for false. Data which can only have 2 states like this is known as Boolean data. A simple example of its use would be in the control program for an automatic washing machine. One of the important pieces of information for the processor would be to know whether the door was shut. A Boolean variable could be set to 0 if it was open and to 1 if it was shut. A simple check of that value would tell the processor whether it was safe to fill the machine with water. Some types of data are used so often by computer systems that they are considered to be special forms of data. These special forms of data can be set up by the computer system so that they are recognized when entered. 2 examples of such data types are date, time, and currency. The computer has simply been told the rules that govern such data types and then checks the data that is input against the rules. Students will probably be familiar with these data types through their use in databases. Such data types are fundamentally different from the others mentioned here because the others are characterized by the operating system while these 2 are set up by application software. Characters. A character can be anything, which is represented in the character set of the computer by a character code in a single byte.